Ooh. Welcome to the Bell Witch Podcast, a show that covers the infamous legend of the historic Bell Witch haunting in southern United States in the 19th century, where the Bell family experienced frightening happenings within their home. Hang on a second. No, that's the wrong Bell Witch. This is a podcast about being a witchy pagan in the 21st century, airing bi-weekly, with different guests on each month sharing their pearls of wisdom and gems of knowledge from their very own witchy businesses. I call it a moot loot. Here we cover a wide range of pagan and witchcraft related topics, from sigils, spells and spirits to Reiki rituals and pagan parenting while camping in the Bell tent named Delilah. It's got nothing to do with the Bell Witch from the 19th century in Tennessee that scared people to death in a little townhouse, which may or may not be true. Pretty cool story, but yeah, it's the wrong Bell Witch. This Bell Witch podcast is brought to you by Swales, the friendly green witch from Leeds, UK. A northern witch with a strong Yorkshire accent, a love of all things weird, spooky, magical, and a smelly dragon named Dave. So tune in every 2 weeks for a sprinkling of Yorkshire magic. Listen to the Bell Witch podcast with me, Swales, a friendly green witch, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, I'm Michelle, the host of Haunted Moonlight. If you enjoy spooky things like hauntings, aliens, cryptids, witches, rituals, movies, books, listener tales, and so much more, then come take a listen to Haunted Moonlight. New episodes drop every Sunday and are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible, and iHeartRadio. Can't wait to keep it spooky with you.
Welcome to Ouch! Was That a Ghost? This podcast may contain graphic material, which some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Help me.
Now that we covered that, here's your host, Liz.
Welcome back to Ouch! Was That a Ghost with Liz?
And Mike making another appearance on this lovely podcast. Liz is built up from the ground floor, making it a worldwide phenomenon.
You're still on the high from last night from beating me at Trivial Pursuit, aren't you?
Listen, our father is the smartest man that ever lived on the world, and I almost single-handedly beat him because I didn't have many teammates that would help me. So I'll take that win all day.
Congratulations.
I mean, my wife got a couple answers, but it was pretty good. The cards fell into place, if you will. But we did it all over eating fufu and a goosey soup. It was lovely.
A goosey?
That's what it was, a goosey. I looked it up finally, and that's how it's spelled. So
it was interesting. It was fun to
Yeah.
try. It was very overpowering on the fishy.
Well, the kids have the phenomenon. They watch it on TikTok, and everyone's
Yeah.
eating their fufu and their soup. So they were all amped up about it. And as soon as they tasted it, they were all like, "Nope, don't."
No, but it was fun to experience.
Oh yeah, no,
You
it was
know?
fun to try. And then I know I'll never do it again. So
Yeah.
it's easy. But
No, but
yeah.
the dough would be really good. Like if you had a good stewed beef or chicken and use that, it would be fun to eat it.
But I feel like I just rather make mashed potatoes and put the stewed beef on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like the texture of mashed potatoes, but not as flavorful to me. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm down for trying everything. So
Yeah.
it wasn't awful. I mean, I ate it and I enjoyed it for what it was. But
Yeah. No, it was fun though. Thank you for having me over.
no, of course, anytime. So what do we got going on today on the docket?
Well, first I want to ask you a question because I had a little debate about this earlier. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No, a hot dog is not a sandwich.
100%.
100% it is not a sandwich. Because first of all, you're not putting a hot dog in 2 pieces of bread. You're putting it in a hot dog roll, which is specifically made for a hot dog. So it's an individualized character. Like even when you put sandwich meats into like a roll that's connected, what do you call it? You don't call it a sandwich. You call it a sub. A sandwich is 2 pieces of bread with stuff between it. That's a sandwich.
So we grew up
Yeah.
not having too much money. So how
No.
many times have you eaten hot dog in bread? So if you're having it in one piece of bread, does that change it into a hot dog sandwich when you have to use white bread instead of a hot dog bun?
No, because you're still not taking 2 pieces of bread and sandwiching the hot dog in the middle. Now, if you cut the hot dogs in half and you laid them out on a piece of bread, put some toppings on, and put another piece of bread on it, I'd call that a hot dog sandwich. But that's like stretching right there. But I guess the real argument is like a cheeseburger a sandwich because there's 2 pieces of bread with meat in the middle and toppings. But
I'd say it is.
that would be the real question, which I would even give you that if you really want to argue that. But they have specific cheeseburger buns for sandwiches, for cheeseburgers, which makes it kind of not a sandwich to me, but it is kind of a sandwich. So I'll give you that one. But hot dog is definitely a no.
Okay.
Because if anyone ever offered me a hot dog sandwich, I'd be grossed up.
Do you remember years ago? I think it was a commercial. They had like this weird bun they created, and it was supposed to be like circular and the sides out, so it would be like a hamburger and hot dog on one sandwich.
I don't remember that. Was this
No,
this was a real thing that they did?
unless I just dreamt it.
I'm thinking, I made this one up.
Maybe I went too crazy at a cookout one day, and this just like was something I invented.
You're just dreaming up burger dogs out of nowhere. It's just happening.
Oh gosh, now I'm curious if that was real.
I think if it's not, I think you really have something here. We might have to freaking roll. Who doesn't want to go to cookout and have a burger dog? Oh,
all right, I have
that'd be great.
one more question
Okay.
that I was talking about earlier today. These are the stupid conversations I have before I get on. If you were famous, what would your stage name be?
Oh man, that's such a hard one because you sound like a douchebag if you try to give yourself like a really good name. You know what I mean? Like, well, you have to use somewhat of your name, right, to make it logistic. Like, I'd keep Mike, but you'd have to change the last name, so you'd have to change it to something relevant to you, like
Mike Fufu?
Mike Fufu. Yeah, Mike Fufu sounds good. I'm down for that.
All right.
I don't know. It would be so like anything I think of would sound so douchey, so I wouldn't even say anything.
Okay, so you're just like the unknown artist?
Yeah, I would be artist formerly known as Mike. That's what I would go with.
Okay. I'd buy that.
All
I'd buy that album immediately.
Now, what is your stage name?
Mine was Red when we were talking earlier because somehow we got on to Fraggle Rock. I don't know how the conversation went that way, but that was
Alright.
kind of a
Well,
stupid name.
Well, you kind of are famous, and you've just gone with Liz. You've gone like the Madonna route with the one first name, so it's just
Yeah,
Liz.
I'm famous with like 3 listeners. Just Liz.
Just Liz.
I'm just Liz.
What was the show? When it was Just Jack, but
What was
Will
it?
and Grace or something like that.
Oh.
And he was like, Just Jack. Just Liz.
Today I'm covering because everyone liked the elevator game so much. And by the way, I looked into the stair game, but that got too creepy, so I got out of there. So don't look into the stair game and don't play it.
All right, I'm gonna check it out right after this. Obviously, now I mean, don't do something, okay?
Yeah, the same
Nobody
thing.
out
Don't
there
play
looking
this
to
game.
the stair game.
So this is called the concentrate game.
Oh God, here we go. So it's about orange juice, obviously.
Obviously. Oh, one more thing before I get into this, I forgot to say. There was a podcast that I'm like obsessed with now. It's called The Most Dangerous Podcast. It's with James and Fraser, and they have the best accents, and they cover all like a lot of the weird cases that we've covered. Terrare, the dancing plague.
What kind of accents do they have?
I always get in trouble with this. I feel like I want to say British, but I'm probably wrong. So
Well, even better, just do the accent, and I'll try to decipher what it is, please.
every time I say
Yeah.
an accent where it's from, people get really offended. Even Ireland, they'll be like, oh, well, I'm not this kind of Irish. I'm this kind. So I'm not even going to guess.
Just say it's a New Zealand accent. Everyone's like, okay, I just give up. Fine.
Okay, yeah,
That's-
they have New Zealand
All right,
accents.
perfect.
But they are really, really great. And they cover all the super weird cases. But yeah, no, I was just saying check them out. They're pretty awesome.
I just wrote it down because I'm going to listen probably after. So
after you don't look up another game, then you're not going to listen to this, or you are?
The stare game is never going to be looked up in my life.
Wonderful.
I mean, that'd be like talking about Robert the Doll again and just keep bringing him up. It'd be awful for this our health, right?
Yes.
What are we looking at there?
Anthony just texted me for the address to Denley's,
Oh,
and I can't find it. Oh, Denley Garden.
to Denley
That's why I
Garden?
can't find it.
Do you need me to look it up?
No, I got it. I was just looking up Denley's, and I was getting 5,000 different answers. So that's the big thing. I need clam pizza today. Have you had that clam pizza? Oh, you don't like seafood. You're gross.
I haven't. I do like seafood, but I like clams. But I've actually. I was looking at it last time we were there because it looked so freaking good
Gosh,
with
it's delicious.
when Dad was there with
Yeah.
us. But I can't pull the trigger on it because it's weird. You know what I mean? It's like,
They're not really fishy tasting though, and they cook them good because some places they make them like
yeah,
chewy or just they're perfection here.
yeah. All right. I mean, I get Denley's one of my favorite pizzas in anywhere, so I'm down. Yeah.
Oh, that's where your boy went over there too recently. The Barstool.
Oh, El
What-
Presidente, Dave Fortnoy.
Yeah.
He went there. Yeah, he did the. Gave him a good review.
How
Probably
can you
the best
not?
best around. Yeah. No, without a doubt.
They're so good.
Yeah. I honestly want to get it tonight.
There's nothing bad there.
No, there's not. You know what I love there is their calamari. Like,
Oh
'cause
my gosh.
it's not the breaded kind. I like when they just do it in the sauce and they cook it perfectly.
Mhm.
And theirs is just that good. It's crazy. But
Yeah, you got to eat it all though because you can't reheat it or else it gets
yeah.
chewy.
Oh yeah. That's not a reheat. I'm not a big fan of reheating any seafood, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eat it until you're sick just to make
well,
sure you get it all.
Or you just accept that you eat as much as you can. It's just keeps it fresh, you know.
Yeah. All right. So sorry, the pizza thing got a little
No, it's quite
sidetracked.
all right.
It's pizza though. I mean, how can you not get sidetracked on pizza?
True.
So, yeah, this is another spooky game since everyone loved the elevator game so much. So, do you remember yesterday we were talking about that weird game where it was like eggs down your face?
Yeah, like when you used to give each other chills when you were kids. Yeah.
Yeah. So, this
Yep.
is kind of like that game. And this is like if you're bored and you want to play a game, you just need two people. And the first person sits down, closes their eyes, and their job is to just listen and follow instructions and concentrate. The second person stands behind the first, and they'll be the person chanting and performing the ritual. And this game is supposed to tell the first person how they're going to die.
So the person who has to concentrate is going to learn how they're going to die?
Yep.
Okay.
Fun.
That sounds like a great time. I mean, who doesn't want to know that information?
So the second person will go behind and they'll chant, concentrate, concentrate, concentrate on what I'm saying. People are dying, children are crying. Concentrate, concentrate, concentrate on what I'm saying. And then the second person will tap the first person on the head with a closed fist and then run their fingers down the side of the person's face while saying, crack an egg on your head, let the yolk run down, let the yolk run down, crack an egg on your head, let the yolk run down, let the yolk run down. And then they'll repeat I'm not going to keep saying the first thing. It's the concentrate on what I'm saying.
I get it, yeah.
And then they go on to verse 2, where the second person will twist their hands on the person's shoulder, twist their hands on the shoulders of the first person, like going like this.
Like, oh, so you're like turning a doorknob on their shoulders type thing?
Yeah, you're just like rocking them kind of back and forth. And then they run
Yep.
their fingers down their arms and they'll say, squeeze an orange on your shoulder and let the juice drip down. Let the juice drip down. And then repeat that. And then they
Concentrate. Yep, I gotcha.
And then they go on to verse 3, which the second player is now going to spread their fingers like they're going to catch a ball. And then they just poke the other person in their sides and then run their hands down and say, stick 10 needles in your side. Let the blood drip down. Let the blood drip down. Stick 10 needles in your side. Let the blood drip down. Let the blood drip down. And then the mantra again. And then verse 4, the second person uses a closed fist to tap the first person on their back and then runs their hand down the first player's back. And they say, stab a knife in your back, let the blood run down, let the blood drip. Wait, let the blood drip down. Let the blood drip down.
Yeah, this sounds fun so far, yeah.
This sounds like something I would so play when I was younger.
Yeah. Well, this is what Dwight Schrute did to Michael Scott in The Office, basically, in one of the episodes.
Did he?
He did it to him, and while he was at his desk, he didn't you'd say the concentrate thing though, but he did the knife and the egg and all that stuff.
Oh.
So yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
And then verse 5 is the second person will mime wrapping a rope around the first person's neck and pulls a fake rope. And then the first person's head should be moved to mimic what would be happening, I guess, in the mime world.
yeah.
And they'd say, wrap a rope around your neck, wrap it till it's tight, wrap a rope around your neck, and pull.
So the first does the first person know that they're doing this, or do they just like
They're concentrating.
do they? But do they mime it on purpose, or do they just feel it?
I don't really know.
I was just trying to check in on see where we were at on the concentration part. I don't know if you were like forming a psychic link or what you were doing, but
Maybe. That would be kind of cool.
it would be super cool. Yeah.
And then the second person will hold the first person's arms and whisper in their ear. That's kind of creepy. You're standing on a building. You're out on the ledge. You're feeling very Disney. You're feeling very dizzy and you're close to the edge and someone pushes you. And the second player pushes the first player just enough to like knock them off balance, but not to knock them over, just so the first person has to regain their balance. And then the second player tells them, open your eyes and announce what color you saw.
All right, and then the colors must have meaning to them, obviously,
Yeah.
and that's where you find out how you died. It's based.
Yeah.
I like it. That sounds good. Now let's get back to when you're feeling Disney. Are we going to Disney, or is it gonna be? We're just gonna skip over that you're feeling Disney all of a sudden. All right.
I can't talk, so why do I do this?
Have you tried this game yet, or
I
is
have
this
not.
just something you researched?
I haven't.
Maybe we'll have a concentration game with everyone one night. Just
did the light as a feather, stiff as a board. I did every single like
I remember that.
game like that. Remember the stupid doorway one where you'd put the outside of your hands
Arms.
and then you'd hold it and then your arms would levitate and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like I loved all those stupid sleepover games.
Oh, they were so good. Like back in the day, we used to. No, I'm not even going to mention it because it's something I don't even want to advocate anymore. But
Oh my gosh, that was so bad.
yeah. Like kids just didn't give a shit back then. It was crazy, and I don't even know if you should put that on the podcast. Honestly, to let anyone listen to it, but it's
Yeah, our games were
yeah,
very
extreme
yeah, definitely.
to say the least. rock fights, friggin'. I remember we used to make like the shadiest ramps in the world to jump up bikes on, and I split my head on one day. It was just the way it went back then. It was just straight chaos. Or off like a lifeguard station.
Stop it.
We won't break things up.
I screwed up my back so bad. I literally jumped off a lifeguard station because you did too. So I was like, oh, this will be
Yeah.
fun. But stupid me didn't land on my legs. I landed right on my ass. And that just like
Yeah.
shot up my back. And that probably.
Let's paint the picture even better. We're jumping off probably a 10-foot lifeguard station onto sand, and we're just having fun. And I did it, and I'm like, you can do it. So assuming she's gonna jump like a normal person, put her feet down, catch herself. She jumped in the sitting position with her legs straight out and never moved her legs and just landed straight out in the sitting position.
I remember that pain.
Instant breath loss, instant awfulness. I felt so bad, obviously, immediately, but it was still funny after the fact. Oh, good stuff. Good days.
Yep, I was a genius.
So I actually have been reading a horror story lately. I don't know if you're interested in it, but I've been reading in Braille.
You have?
Yeah, I've been trying to learn.
That's so cool.
I know something as bad is going to happen because I can just feel it.
You're so stupid. You're so annoying. I was like so proud of you. I was like, wow, that's awesome. Because I was talking to Dad yesterday and he's like, oh, I'm doing Duolingo to brush up on my Italian. And I'm like, oh my gosh, he's going into languages too. Fantastic. You're such a loser. So anyway, the way that you can tell how you're going to die, if the person saw red, they're going to be stabbed, which these are all very specific. So I think that excludes any other possible way.
Yeah.
But red is stabbed. Blue is you're going to be drowned in water. Yellow is you're going to be poisoned. Orange is you're going to die in fire. Green is you're going to fall from a height and die on grass. Purple is suffocate. Brown is buried alive. Gray is in a hospital of a disease. White is you're going to die of old age and go to heaven, and black is you're going to die of old age and go to hell.
I mean, which one would you choose of anything? The old age in heaven is the obvious choice.
Buried alive would suck.
Buried, burnt, drowning, those all sound like awful ways to go.
Unless I was stabbed right in the head.
I mean, falling's not bad. I mean, you have that little bit of fear as you fall, but it's instant. You know what I mean? It's not like you suffer or anything.
But what if it's not? You can't guarantee it's going to be quick.
Just sitting on the ground like, ooh!
Like Peter Griffin. Like, ah.
Oh, yeah.
What would you choose?
I mean, obviously, number one's old age in heaven. That's the best choice.
Number one is red and stabbed, so...
No, I mean, my number one choice, not the number one option.
Oh, okay.
Red and stabbed isn't that bad because, I mean, I'd give the guy a battle and hopefully he goes down with me if that happens.
Yeah. This took a dark turn.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a game. We're talking about life and death here. It's crazy. You bring up life and death and you don't expect to have conversations on life and death. It's out of control.
Right.
I guess my number one now would be just laying in a green pasture and having cows trample me to death.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of it. What color is that on the sheet?
That would be like a brown-red mixture.
It'd be black and white. The cows just coming at you. And red all over. Do you know why kid couldn't go see the pirate movie?
You just sat there and wrote down a whole bunch of jokes before I got on, didn't you?
Because it was rated R.
You're so dumb.
What do you want from me? I mean, you hit me with them for a while. Now you're getting a little return. Yeah, you kept giving me the dumb dad jokes at the end of the things. And on the Facebook, you go on the Facebook, you hit me with the dad jokes every once in a while. I'm just afraid people are going to think it's me on there doing it.
Oh, gosh. What did you post today?
No, I didn't post anything yet.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if you did. I haven't looked yet. I've actually had to do a couple things today, so I haven't been on it.
All right.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed my dad jokes. We'll definitely get the whole crew together and do this game and see who dies which way. It'll be so much fun.
Well, it can only be 2 at a time. Well, I don't know. Could more than 2 people do it?
I think like if you line like 5 people up in a row and 5 people behind them, you can all do it at the same time.
A death finding train?
It'd just be a death train, yeah. It'd be awesome.
All right.
Thank you for listening.
All right, bye.
If you need more content or just want to help support the podcast, head on over to patreon.com and search Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you need some schnazzy merch, you can find it at crowdmade.com by searching Ouch, Was That a Ghost? If you have a story you'd like to share, you can email it to ouchwasthataghost@yahoo.com. You can also find us on Facebook and all the other social media platforms under Ouch, Was That a Ghost?
Help me.
All links can also be found on ouchwasthataghost.com.